Okay, well, first of all, I want to thank WHAS 11 TV and LG&E KU for sponsoring this. It is always such a wonderful way to celebrate the education profession, particularly teachers. And so that sponsorship is so important and we appreciate it very much. We are so excited today to honor Miss Kendra Adams. Miss Adams has been with us, I believe, 8 years. Yes. And she came to us from actually Arkansas. She was a Razorback down there at one time. So, you know, Miss Kendra is just a wonderful representative for Elizabethtown Independent Schools and the education profession in general. She is a master at curriculum and instruction. And when she implements that in the classroom, she does so with just relationships with her kids. Her kids love her. And we all know that if a teacher can touch their kids in that relationship way and have that connection, then those kids are going to work to learn. And they have just a wonderful teaching and learning environment in the classroom. I couldn't be more proud of having her represent us this year. So I think with that, I'm going to introduce Mr. Aaron Howe, who is Miss Kendra's principal.
I've got nothing but great things to say about Miss Adams. I mean, as you can see this morning, she's always has a smile on her face, and she's her students in her classroom just absolutely love her. And there's two things that I can definitely say about her is that she is a relationship builder. And as everyone knows, that's the key in education. And the other thing that she has brought to this building over the last couple of years, especially with the pandemic, is culture. And that's one thing that we really needed in this building. And she always came to school with a positive attitude, supported her team, supported her teachers, spoke up when necessary for the teachers, and definitely helped me out and as far as making decisions that were in the best interest for everyone. And I'm blessed, as Ms. Bush said, I'm blessed to have her in my building, and we're blessed to have her in E-Town. And I'm just excited she's a Panther. And this was a long time coming, in my opinion, just haven't been around her for the last 2 years. And so I'm especially excited for you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Okay. I guess Miss Kendra, does you want her to say a few words? Or
normally we save the woman or man of the hour until last. I just if you guys are gone, I can go ahead and do my portion. Miss Kendra, have you received your apple in the mail?
I have not.
Okay, it's on its way. Okay. We've sent a bunch of them out, and some of them are making it quicker than others. So I have one here that's like my mock apple. So I'll use my little mock apple here. It is deceptively heavy, just a warning.
Okay.
They're very heavy. So I just want to start out by talking about how exciting it was to read your bio and read all this information about you. I was completely blown away by your resilience just in stuff that would normally throw people off, whether that be the moving around from place to place and trying to find a fit and make things work. I can't imagine how hard that is in and of itself. You talking about volunteering at schools, recognizing that school is so much more than just, I'm going to stand up here and teach you, but that you, whether you like it or not, you have to wear the hat of you're a mentor, you're a healer, you're a leader, you're a parent to, every single kid in your classroom. And I was just really moved by all the things that you said about yourself. Loved that you came from farming background. I think that there are a lot of connections that can be made between teaching and farming. And I really loved reading about all of the amazing things that you do. I especially loved when you talked about the culturally responsive professional development, that you had a student last year who was from a Chinese background. So you made sure that student was included in every single facet of the classroom. So you recognized something that can create a core memory for that child. That could have been something that child was ostracized for, and you took it and used it for a learning experience for every child in your classroom. And that's so important and so powerful, especially in today's day and age where we're hearing so much more about kids who are struggling through things like that. So I really loved reading about that. I always end up getting ready to cry in these meetings. And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so impressed with the teachers in our communities. I am just so proud to be from Kentucky. And I know that there can be so many, horrible things that people say about Kentucky and education, but every single week I get a front row seat to seeing that those things are not true. So without further ado, I just want to say big congratulations. Thank you for your hard work in our community. I'm going to virtually present you with this Golden Apple ExCEL Award. I hope one day, last year we got the chance to, at the end of the ExCEL season, we do like an ExCEL breakfast. And it was the first time that I was seeing these teachers in person. This is the third ExCEL season now that I'm doing these virtually. So I'm crossing my fingers for an end of the ExCEL season breakfast, little brunch. I can't wait to hopefully get to hug you in person and say congratulations and thank you for all of the amazing things that you do in our communities. So I'll go ahead and introduce Claire Sims now. She's with LG&E and KU, who's the presenting sponsor of the award.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your kind words.
Hi, everyone. I'm really thrilled to be here today. I too really enjoyed reading your packet, Ms. Adams. I was really struck by your nominators as well and how they spoke about how much you connect with your students and their families, and each child is your kid. And I have 2 young boys who are in school, and when I hear their teachers call them their kids, I know that they're being well taken care of. I already know they're being educated well, but that's something else I think that we need from teachers too, is to love and care for our kids. And so when we get both, it's really kind of a home run. So I really enjoyed reading that part of your profile. I also enjoyed reading about your instruction style and the fact that because of your teaching, that your school is doing really well in 4th grade mathematics. And that was really impressive to me. I feel like when all we see, for data and education sometimes is, like Haley said, downward trends, and that's not the case with you. So you must be doing something really, really right, and clearly you're a very special educator. From our perspective at LG&E, obviously math is a big deal for us. Technology and science. We're looking for future engineers, and we know that when we honor teachers such as yourself, that we are honoring people who are training, hopefully our future employees. So we appreciate everything that you do for your students and your community. So typically this would be the part where I would have like a big check. Not a real check, but I don't have the big check. There we go. Haley's got the.
Thank you. It's a virtual check. All right.
I believe it comes through JCPS, but if you don't have that yet for use in your classroom, you should soon. We know that you'll make good use of it. And just again, congratulations and thank you for everything you do.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, and this is now the part where we will all spare you from chanting speech, but you, if there is anything you would like to say, this is your platform to do it. Unfortunately, or maybe fortunately for me, I do have to wrangle you around and keep you for just a few minutes longer after we finish to ask you a couple questions. But if there is anything that you would like to talk about or any message that you would like to send, now's a great time.
I just want to thank you, LG&E, WHAS, KU, and for honoring and remembering in public education. Since COVID has happened, things have changed. We have had to alter the way we instruct. Students have had to alter the way that they learn. And it's been a learning experience across the board for everyone involved. And I thank you all for continuing to respect and appreciate our profession. It's a tough road sometimes that, people don't really understand and realize the microscope that educators are under. And, we take that all in stride, and we want to make sure that we are educating all of our students to the best of our ability. I'm just lucky to be a part of the E-Town City Schools, and thank you for recognizing all of us. Me, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you guys so much. Again, big congratulations. We're so lucky to have teachers like you in our community. Like I said, I am gonna twist your arm for just a second and ask you to stick around so I can do a quick interview with you for the newsletter. But this does conclude our formal presentation virtually.
Thank you both for your time. Thank you. We're gonna let you have her. Oh boy.
Thank you all again.
Thank you guys. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.
You did the little chicken arms. I always do the chicken arms. I'm like sweating. Woo, woo.
We're in my homeroom, and it's either you are freezing or you are just sweating to death. And these nerves, along with this heat of the room, is just almost too much.
Okay, so I'll make this nice and quick for you. Let me see really fast.
They're trying to decide if they want to shut the door on me and not shut it, please. No, just kidding.
Whatever gets the most airflow, honestly.
That's right.
Jarrett, are you wanting to stick around and get the interview as well, or? Hold on. All right, I'm gonna boot. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Okay. So if you just want to kind of start out and talk to me a little bit about fourth grade math and teaching fourth grade math. What are some of the challenges that you face in the classroom, and some of the ways you've overcome those challenges?
Well, one of the most important things, or the things that I, as an educator, had to do is I had to learn this new conceptual math. It is not what I learned. It is not what my oldest child learned, and it is not what most of our parents have learned. And so I've had to really study and make sure that the parents are, we're all on the same team, that they buy into this. Now, however, when I do send homework, I make sure that no parent is responsible for anything of that nature. But it also helps us to build number sense and to understand why we are doing things. And that's been one of the biggest things, is just me personally learning my trade, learning my standards, and getting the students to buy into and want to learn math, want to be excited. My children are great math students. And so I have just always watched them in awe. And I thought, why do all students just hate math? Why can't we love it? It's something we're going to use. You need to know if someone is jipping you out of your paycheck. So I feel it's so important just to have that foundation of mathematics. I don't know. That's the long answer, right?
No, that's a great answer. That's a really good answer. And then what was your reaction to learning that you had won an ExCEL award?
I was completely, totally shocked. I was just like, because I know the people, two of the other nominees are great friends of mine. Brandon Thompson from Morningside, I was on a team with him at Morningside. We team taught together, and he was my son's fourth grade math teacher at Morningside. So he has a very special place in my heart. And, it was kind of one of those things, hey, I want you to win. I want you to win. And then Chastity Riley at the high school, she is also the student council sponsor, which my son is a part of, and she's just probably one of the most genuinely sweet and kind people. And so I just hate that. And the other two are great too. I just don't know them as well, but I just hate that there only is one winner, because now and this time, if you are still in the teaching profession, you have either just lost your mind or you are just love what you do. It is tough. It's tough, but it's also the most rewarding thing. It is just wonderful. And I'm just happy. I'm excited. So, I know I'm just too much sometimes. That's the Southern in me coming out.
And no, I love it, because I've been up since 2 a.m. So
good.
I'm in full swing already today. Like my day is underway completely.
You might be winding down soon then, huh?
I know, right? Well, we always get people that are coming in the morning, and I'm always like, hey, and they're like, I woke up 30 minutes ago, Haley. And I'm like, I need people that are like as up as me in the morning.
That's me.
Great. I'm gonna have to start getting a pep talk from you. And then my final question is, do you know what you're gonna do with the $1,000? Have you thought it through, or?
I have not thought it through. I think that I will talk to my teammates, my fourth grade team, and see the best way that we can use that throughout the fourth grade, and see if there's some other things other than just primarily math that we can use that to benefit all the students, because I know that more than likely it'll be something that we implement next year, and it'll be nice to have that extra cash flow to help all of our students.
That's really nice. I feel like we don't always get teachers who plan on sharing it across the team. So I think it's really cool that you're saying, well, I would, I'm sure I've got some things, but, sharing it with everyone, seeing if anyone else has plans. That's really cool. I like that.
Yeah. We're a team. We're a great team, and I'm very lucky to be a part of it. Just a small little.
I think we'll go ahead and get started. You all got very quiet, so to me that's the cue to get started. So we're going to do that this morning. Thank you all for being here. It is a pleasure to welcome you to Helmwood Heights Elementary School for the annual ExCEL Award ceremony honoring Miss Kendra Adams as the 2022 ExCEL Award recipient for the Elizabethtown Independent Schools. The ExCEL program, as many of you all know, is a long-standing tradition and is made possible by a co-sponsorship of WHAS 11 TV and LG&E KU. ExCEL stands for Excellence in Classroom and Educational Leadership, and our recipient this year certainly embodies all of these qualities. The purpose of the ExCEL program is to recognize, reward, and renew the significance of the public school system and the teaching profession, to promote the development, well-being of our students and community. At this time, especially when our world feels as if it has been turned upside down the last 2 years, when so many of our educators are tired, but they remain unwaveringly dedicated to their students and to the profession. When public education is questioned and under a microscope, it's more important now than ever that we celebrate and recognize the noble profession that is teacher. And so again, I want to thank WHS 11 and LG&E KU for their commitment to support and recognize our educators and public education in this way. We do have a number of guests with us today, and we wish to recognize their presence. So I'm going to introduce you as groups. So when I do, if you will please stand as a group, and we would like to recognize you and thank you for being here. So first of all, I know we have some family, friends, and colleagues of Miss Adams down here. So if you all would stand so we could recognize you all. Thank you for being here. I think we also have a few members of the Elizabethtown Education Foundation. Do we have any? Yeah, I thought we did. Thank you for being here. He was a little shy by himself there. Okay, I know we have at least one school board member here. So Ms. Heather is here with us today. So thank you for being with us. I know we have some of our E-Town Independent Schools current principals and assistant principals. Thank you all for your leadership. Would you please stand? We appreciate you taking the time to be here today. I'm not sure if we have any former E-Town administrators here with us today. No? Nope. Not on that one. Okay, strike out on that one. So I know we have some other central office and district staff. That would be me, so I'll stand up too there. Okay, yeah. There we go. Thank you. We have many representatives of city, county, and state governments, and they're going to be recognizing Miss Kendra a little bit later, and we'll introduce each of them individually, but I would like for all of them to stand right now. Thank you all so much for taking your time to be here to recognize Miss Kendra. Appreciate that. We also have a group here of our prior ExCEL recipients. If you would please stand so that we can recognize you. Thank you for coming back. And thank you for being a part of that long-standing tradition that is the tradition of excellence that we have here. We appreciate that. You continue to embody that, whether you're retired, on to new things in life, or you're still teaching with us. So thank you so much for that. I know we also have some from our other support organizations like PTO and other groups. So I know if you would stand. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you. So again, thank you for all of you being here and celebrating with us today. I would also like to give a special thank you to the ExCEL district coordinators. And I know I see Michelle Motley over here. She's still doing, trying to coordinate things, so thank her very much. Miss Margie Maples is in the back, and the work that I've seen them, those two do in particular, is wonderful. And Miss Kim Jones, I don't think she's able to be here because she is also our transportation guru of the district. So she has also been a big help in this. And I also want to personally thank all of the Helmwood staff, the maintenance, custodian crews who have shared in efforts to make this a special time for us today. So I believe at this time, Ms. Kendra is finished with her interview. So I would like to bring in our guest of honor. She is escorted by her husband, Mr. Paul Adams, her daughter, Kylie, and her son, Donovan. Thank you. We welcome Miss Kendra Adams, Elizabethtown Independent Schools 2022 winner for this year. So we're so glad to have you. So I am going to kick off the program here and just give you all a little bit of a quick summary of what just happened a couple of doors down. So this is, we're still continuing with some COVID rules here. And so she had an interview, the official presentation. It was all through Zoom. And so we were very lucky enough to be able to participate in that with her. But at that time, she received virtually the 2 awards that come with this very prestigious recognition. And so I would like to bring Miss Kendra up here and officially announce her as this year's Elizabethtown Independent Schools 2022 ExCEL Award recipient, and give her this very heavy golden apple. So congratulations. It is pretty heavy. It is very heavy, very heavy. Thank you all. Now, the other really, really awesome thing that comes with this is a check. And I don't know that we have the check yet, but it's usually a great big check that we get to present. But Miss Adams will receive a check that officially comes from LG&E EKU for $1,000 for her to use in her classroom. And I know that she will use it very well to get materials, resources, whatever it is she needs that are going to do what is needed for her students and to help them to learn in the best way possible. So before I get this going, I do want to say that those were presented by Zoom by Haley Minogue and Claire Sims. They were the representatives of LG&E EKU and WHAS-TV 11. But there is one group of people that I kind of wanted to wait to recognize and thank for being here. So right now, if the students would stand, please stand, and we would like to thank you for being here. Thank you very much. You all may sit back down now. You are the reason that we are here, and you are the reason that Miss Adams is recognized today. And you all are so fortunate to be able to learn with her every single day. So thank you for being here too. So with that, we're going to get started with the program here. And so we are going to start with Mr. Mayor Jeff Gregory, who is going to be making a presentation on behalf of the city of Elizabethtown.
Thank you, Mrs. Bush, and I'll be very quick because we have a long line of people that want to get up here and hand Mrs. Adams some hardware that she's very much deserved and earned. I wanted to say that I'm very comfortable up here because this is the elementary school that I went to kindergarten through 6th grade, and I think that was over about 10 or 12 years ago, but I'd have to check my math. But I will say that this district is very important to me, and anybody that knows me knows that our family has been involved for several years, so we know what the tradition of excellence is, especially at the Gregory and the Davis household, and my extended family. We appreciate everything that all of these distinguished alumni and educators and administrators have done for us, our family, and also for our community throughout the years. And it's our job, and I want to recognize Julia Springsteen, one of our city council ladies. She'll agree with me. It's our job to make sure that we provide a community where people want to stay and work and build their families, but it's your all's job as educators to make sure that you're producing quality people, and for years and years and years, this school district has done that, and that's because of the strength of the teachers and the people that are involved. And so today, Mrs. Adams, is your day, and I know you stand and work with lots of great administrators, but we want to recognize you today. So the City of Elizabethtown, from the Office of the Mayor, know ye that Kendra Adams, Elizabethtown Independent Schools, Helmwood Elementary, WHAS 11 ExCEL Award winner, is proclaimed an outstanding citizen. Now that doesn't mean you weren't before, but we're just officially recognizing you today of the City of Elizabethtown on the 30th day of March in the year of our Lord, signed by me, and I'm very proud of you. This community's proud of you. The school district's proud of you, and congratulations. At this time, I want to introduce my very good friend, Deputy Judge Executive Daniel London, and he's going to come up and speak to you for just a few minutes.
Thanks, Mayor. Appreciate that very much. It's always an honor for me to be able to participate in these award ceremonies because it's very personal to me, teachers like you. It's obvious with this award and seeing the reaction of your students, you do an excellent job each and every day. I grew up as an at-risk youth. If it had not been for teachers like you, I don't know where I'd be at today. Sadly for me, well, fortunately for me, sadly for my teachers, it took an entire village. But they did it and they stuck with it. And so I'm thankful for the dedication and service that you put in, but not just you, but your family as well, because I know it's a sacrifice for them as well. So thank you for supporting her and helping her turn out great citizens out of this school district, because that's exactly what you're doing. It's my honor today to make this presentation, so I'll take a moment to read it. Whereas America depends upon successful school instructional programs to meet the educational needs of every child, with America's teachers carrying out a major responsibility in preparing our young people to assume their roles as effective citizens, and whereas teachers are challenged daily to reach out to every student regardless of ability, interest in learning, social or economic background, handicap, race, religion, creed, or ethnic origin, to provide the assistance and guidance necessary for full intellectual development, and whereas teachers contribute to the economic growth of this nation by providing students with the skills to make them a viable part of the workforce, and whereas teachers are molding lives and shaping the future of our next generation, representing an investment in the life of this community, and whereas WHAS 11 has recognized Kendra Adams of Helmwood Heights Elementary School as the Elizabethtown School's 2021-2022 ExCEL Award winner. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Harry L. Berry, Hardin County Judge Executive, do hereby proclaim Wednesday, March 30th, 2022 as Kendra Adams Day. So you have your very own day. Now it's my great honor to introduce our former sheriff and a good friend of mine and community advocate, Miss Martha Thomas.
Thank you. As he said, I am Martha Thomas. I'm here today to represent my son-in-law, Senator Dennis Parrott, who's in Frankfort completing his final term in the Senate during this session. He regrets that he couldn't be here. He would have really loved doing these events and extending congratulations to the ExCEL recipients, for which this is such an honor to earn. So, Ms. Adams, on behalf of Senator Parrott, I would like to present to you this certificate by Dennis and the President of the Senate, Robert Stivers, which reads, "To all to whom these presents shall come, greetings. Know ye that Kendra Adams is recognized and honored upon having been named the worthy recipient of the prestigious 2021-22 ExCEL Award presented by WHAS 11 TV and LG&E KU. Currently serving as a dedicated math teacher at Helmwood Heights Elementary School, Ms. Adams was selected based on a critical appraisal of her philosophy of education, teaching strategies, level of professional development, involvement in the community, her relationship with students, parents, and colleagues, and her success in the classroom. Inasmuch as this esteemed educator has worked with great dedication to make a positive difference in the lives of her students and has exhibited a laudable commitment to providing the young citizens entrusted to her care with the highest level of educational opportunity, Kendra Adams is congratulated for this notable achievement, is extended best wishes for continued success and good fortune, and on the motion of Senator Dennis Parrott, is hereby deemed by this honorable body most worthy of its recognition, and is signed by Robert Stivers, President of the Senate, and Dennis Parrott, your Senator, member of the Senate. So, Ms. Adams, congratulations to you. And I'd like to introduce Brian Smith, Director of Economic Development, representing your Congressman, Brett Guthrie.
I have to raise that up. No, I knew.
Maybe not.
Maybe I'll just lower myself down and that'll work. How about that? My name is Brian Smith and I represent Congressman Guthrie. I want to thank the student ambassadors who worked the door and escorted me here. You all were awesome this morning. So great job. You represent your school very, very well. Well, the congressman couldn't be here, Ms. Adams, but he did send a letter and I'm going to read that. Congratulations on receiving the 2002 Elizabethtown Independent Schools WHAS 11 ExCEL Award. This award is a testament to your strong work ethic and dedication to our youth. I would like to thank you for your efforts. This award highlights the tremendous impact your passion for building relationships with individual students has on educating the children in the Hardin County community. Please know that I appreciate all your hard work in educating our future leaders. Again, congratulations, and I wish you the best in all your future endeavors. Sincerely, Brett Guthrie, Member of Congress. And now it's my privilege to bring back up our superintendent, Ms. Kelly Bush, who has a presentation on behalf of our state representative, Jim Duplessis.
So I have been asked on behalf of Representative Duplessis to present this award to Ms. Adams today. He, like Senator Parrott, is in Frankfort today. They are finishing up the last couple of days of this year's session, and I know working many, many long hours in order to do so. So we appreciate both of their commitment and work in that arena. So what I have here is a citation of achievement from the Kentucky House of Representatives. And I'm going to read this just as the others so that we can say some more wonderful things about Ms. Kendra. The House of Representatives of the Commonwealth of Kentucky hereby offers its sincerest congratulations to Kendra Adams upon being named a deserving recipient of the prestigious 21-22 WHAS LG&E ExCEL Award. The entire membership recognizes the significance of this well-deserved award. Chosen from a competitive field of teachers, Ms. Adams' selection was based on a critical appraisal of her philosophy, her strategies of teaching, professional development, community involvement, and her success in the classroom. As a respected teacher at Helmwood, she makes a positive difference in the lives of her students each and every day. The members of this honorable body are delighted to join Representative Jim Duplessis in honoring this outstanding educator and in expressing great confidence in her ability and commitment to providing the students entrusted in her care with the highest level of education and learning. So this is done in Frankfort, Kentucky, this 30th day of March in the year 2022. It is signed by the Speaker of the House, David Osborne, as well as our Representative, Jim Duplessis. So congratulations once again, Ms. Adams. And at this time, I would like to introduce Brian Dennis. He is a representative, Hardin County AM Rotary, Elizabethtown Noon Rotary Club, and the Lions Club of Elizabethtown.
Thank you, Superintendent, for allowing me to be here. In my profession, I normally don't get to be on this side of the room, so I enjoy being a part of Miss Adams Day. As representing the Civics Club of Elizabethtown, E-Town Lions Club, Hardin County Rotary, E-Town Rotary Club, we bring forth this plaque to Miss Adams, who brought honor to her colleagues, profession, and community and herself. Thank you for just being you. Thank you for everything that you've done. Miss Adams.
Thank you.
That's what happens when you get to be a little taller. So, good morning. My name is Andy Games. I'm the Vice President of the Elizabethtown Hardin County Industrial Foundation. And I, too, would like to echo what Mayor Jeff Gregory had to say is I am a proud member of the Helmwood Heights team, too. I went through this building years and years ago when this building right here was about half of what it is. This room is about half what it was, and this is where you had gym, this is where you ate lunch, this is where you had all your concerts and your plays and things like this. But this building's gotten a lot bigger over the years, but it's always exciting to come back in a place where you went to school, where both of my kids actually went to school. So congratulations to all you kiddos out there today, and just enjoy your time here. So on behalf of the Elizabethtown Hardin County Industrial Foundation, we just want to extend a sincere congratulations to a job well done by Ms. Kendra Adams. The last 2 or 3 years as a teacher has probably been, I don't even want to go there, but it's probably been the hardest years of anybody in the teaching profession. And as a parent, I just want to say thank you because I know what you've been through. It's been tough and it's been hard, but we've persevered and we've come through it. But Kendra, just on behalf of the Elizabethtown Hardin County Industrial Foundation and our board of directors, we're just here to say congratulations and thank you for everything that you do. And I would like to introduce Philip Tabb, Board Chair of the Hardin County Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you, Andy. Jeff and Andy both mentioned how comfortable they are in this room from being here in elementary school, and I'm surprised you didn't give a shout out to the principal's office, because I'm sure you would be just as comfortable in that room as you would be in here, but we'll just leave that where it is. My name is Philip Tabb. I'm here on behalf of the Hardin County Chamber of Commerce. I'm the board chairman. What I have here, I have a honorary lifetime membership to the Hardin County Chamber of Commerce. I'd like to present that to you for all of your hard work and just express how much we appreciate the contribution that you've made in so many children's lives that'll go on and create a great legacy for all of those young people. And thank you very much. And I'd like to introduce Heather Sharpenstein.
Good morning. I'm Heather Sharpenstein. I'm with the Elizabethtown Independent School Board. I'm very honored to be here this morning to honor Mrs. Adams as being our 2022 WHAS LG&E ExCEL Teacher of the Year. So I'm going to present one gift for you and one gift for the school. So the clock that we're giving you today says 2022 WHAS-TV ExCEL Award recipient, sponsored by LG&E ExCEL for excellence in the teaching profession and commitment to the development and well-being of young people at Helmwood Heights Elementary School. and presented by the Elizabethtown Board of Education, March 30th, 2022. And then this plaque will be remaining at the school, and it's presented to Helmwood Heights Elementary School in recognition of exemplary commitment to the teaching profession. Kendra Adams, 2022 WHAS-TV ExCEL Award recipient, sponsored by LG&E and KU. And this is also presented by the Elizabethtown Board of Education, March 30th, 2022.
Hello, my name is Kat Hubbard, and I'm the president of PTO here at Helmwood. Both of my older children, Jake and Ella Kate, have had the privilege of having Miss Kay Adams in 4th grade and love her dearly. Miss Kay is the type of teacher that not only makes her students smile every day, but she helps them to find the joy in learning. She's a teacher that makes such a deep impact on their heart that they remember her for years to come and may pick up the phrases, "Oh my stars," and "Oh Lord," along the way. My daughter Ella Kate had Miss Kay Adams in one of the most tumultuous times in teaching, the 2021 school year, COVID. Despite the transitions between online learning, hybrid learning, and spaced 6 feet apart in an 18 by 18 classroom with masks on learning, Miss Kay taught her students with dedication and commitment. Her energy was astounding. I could stand outside of Ella Kate's bedroom listening to her just laugh and cackle as Miss Kay engaged 72 students through a Chromebook. It was pretty astounding, and she kept her students learning and uplifted during an anxiety and fear-driven time in our world. I feel like she cared as much about their mental health as she did their academic fortitude and the progress they made as a compliment to her and the rest of the 4th grade team and the staff here at Helmwood. That's dedication, and I'm personally grateful for the passion, time, commitment, and joy Miss Kay Adams brings to her classroom every day, every school year. Ella Kate and her friend recently commented how their days just won't be the same next year in middle school without their morning hugs from Miss Kay. And her hugs and her smiles and her wit and her sarcasm lift everyone's days, and she has been consistently doing that for all of her students for the past 8 years. I absolutely cannot think of a better person to receive this ExCEL Award than our Miss Kendra Adams. It's such an honor and so rightly deserved. Here's a gift on behalf of the Helmwood PTO. We're proud of you and very thankful to have you here at Helmwood. Okay, now I'd like to introduce the students that are going to speak. Connor Peace, Micaiah Curry, and Megan Fletz. You all can come on up.
Mrs. Kendra Adams, what her students think. She's a good teacher. She makes learning easy and fun. She helps you when you need it. She does a game every time we go in there. It's awesome being with a teacher like that. Congratulations for being an ExCEL teacher. I love math because you are teaching it. She helps me with problems that I'm stuck on. In conclusion, this is why Mrs. K. Adams inspires me.
Mrs. Kendra Adams, what her students think. She respects you, know if the lesson is too hard for you. She is a good teacher every day. She gives me a big hug and it makes me feel loved. She's really inspiring. Did you know she inspired me to be a math teacher? She has a way with making math easier.
Miss Kendra Adams, what her students think. When she teaches, she makes her problems wrong so we can solve them. When I get stressed out, she helps me, so thank you for being a great teacher. She is the best. She makes my day. She is so funny and an outstanding teacher. She is amazing. Our next speaker is Miss Beth Crimsar.
Thank you, Micaiah, Connor, and Megan. I remember sitting right about where Shadden is with my new team, Pam Hinton, Marcia Adams, and Kendra Adams back in August 2018, my first year here. The moment I sat down on those terribly uncomfortable seats, I was intimidated. Right away, I could feel the bond, the focus, and the commitment between these ladies, and I was hoping that I can infiltrate this team without disrupting its delicate balance and strength. I was so nervous, but not as nervous as I am right now. But Pam, Marcia, and Kendra smiled at me, and they taught me and trained me on the secrets of how the fourth grade team has continued to dominate Helmwood Heights. And here we go again, in typical fourth grade fashion. We have given to you all the newest ExCEL member, winner, Kendra Adams. You're very welcome. The character of the classroom has changed. Teachers not only have the role of dispensing knowledge, but they have to adapt their teaching and teaching methods to the new definition of what it means to work at a school. Teachers teach, and they also assume the role of coach and counselor, among others. Being presented the ExCEL Award for Excellence in Classroom and Educational Leadership has taken on a far more valuable stance than ever before. Now, Kendra is not one for attention. She is outgoing and funny and bright, but she does not act or speak for recognition or applause. She silently and lovingly builds. She builds a community in her classroom, and she builds family. It is said that every child needs at least one adult in their lives that is unconditionally crazy about them, that cares about them beyond a subject or the four walls of the classroom. That is the foundation of how Kendra teaches. Kendra is fully aware that not every student is responsive to being taught, but you can show them that they have importance. And if you show them their value, then they'll open their hearts and minds up to you as well. Kendra makes relationships with her students look as easy as breathing. She is an amazing teacher because she feels, and she makes it her mission to destroy the chains that hold students back, shape their wings, and encourage them to fly. She is always the cheerleader, the first one someone goes to for a boost, a pat on the back, or a dose of positivity. Kendra is a blessing to me. Actually, I'm pretty certain she is a blessing to everyone that she meets. But for me, before I met Kendra, let me pause here a minute. I didn't think I needed friends. And I had no faith in my own voice. But being a part of this team has changed everything. I need Marcia. And I need Kendra. The universe doesn't like that I was about to cry there. Now, Marcia understands me on a level that is uncomfortable to me, but it is reality, and she understands that. And Kendra makes it easy for me to be me. Kendra is true to herself and incredibly strong, stronger than most of us even are aware of, but we notice it, Kendra. Kendra's thoughts are unselfish, and she will gladly push aside her own interest for others' happiness. She's the biggest advocate of the people she loves. Recently, we all had a PLC meeting together, and I was feeling overwhelmed, which has been happening the last couple weeks. I was asked a question, I couldn't speak, just kind of like before. Kendra spoke for me without hesitation. She jumped right in and she advocated for me. She saw me struggling, and she jumped in. She does that a lot. I know that the impression that Kendra has made in her ExCEL interview and her observations, as well as the bushels of paperwork, have proven that she deserves this honor. But for what I see that makes her exceptional is the update emails she gets from past students almost every week, the colleagues that pick her brain for inspiration and bend her ear for advice, and the first grader that smiles from ear to ear because Kendra remembers his name, and the quiet fourth grader that sits down for the first time all year in her classroom, and the way the school seems brighter when she is here. Kendra, your achievements in life and family and education are born from great sacrifice. So much of our lives are filled with us jumping from one task to another, trying to achieve success and happiness. Sometimes we are so consumed that we forget to savor the wins along the way. You are not one who seeks out applause. But what you have achieved is nothing short of incredible, Kendra, and I'm so very proud of you. Now, in conclusion, in typical fourth grade fashion, we have to end with something fourth grade related, and we're doing poetry in my class, so I wrote a poem for Miss K. Adams. It's called No Applause, so no applause, please. I cannot wait for school today, Miss Kendra Adams said my way. All those kids and all those smiles fill the halls about a mile. Nothing fills my heart with joy like seeing all those girls and boys. But wait one sec, have you forgot? When temperatures rise and things get hot, the smells, the stinks, the dirt and mess, don't they just add to all the stress? It's hard enough to take a breath, almost like uncertain death. With a boisterous laugh and a quick little nod, like nothing about this at all seemed odd, Ms. Adams welcomes this student and that into her heart in no time flat. Over and over she gives her all, never an obstacle too big or too small. How do you handle it day by day, without a fault, a miss, or sway? Ms. Adams answers without a pause that all she does needs no applause. My strength and sense is all within, and also from the places I've been. And yes, of course, my family too. My kids and Paul will get me through. They believe in me and fill the cracks. They love me, see me, and have my back. There is nothing that I can't do with Paul, my kids, and friends so true. Miss Kendra Adams speaks honest and right. Her presence and laughter is beautifully bright. Of all the gifts that she has shared, from teaching to guiding to her fabulous hair, the one true strength that never quits is her big, bold heart and quick, comforting wit. Congratulations, Kendra. Our next speaker will be Miss Darian Parker.
When I consider the traits of a good teacher, you have strong content knowledge, effective strategies, work ethic. Kendra embodies all of those. If I were to add those of an excellent teacher, I'd have to mention some of the more personal qualities. Kendra possesses those too. She is compassionate, she's sacrificial, she's creative, she is present. But in order for me to communicate to you how extraordinary she is, I have to give you some qualities that make her exceptional and maybe possibly even one of a kind. Kendra is the type of teacher that students and colleagues get up ready to see even on our worst days. Because of the relationships that she has forged with her teammates, with her students, and the way that she invests in people's lives, and of course, how she makes us all laugh, you can't help to want to be where she is. Kendra teaches through her content very well, of course, but even more so, she teaches through the content of her character. She embodies excellence in everything she does, and she inspires and challenges and encourages others to be amazing too. Since my first days of being part of Kendra's classroom community when I became an assistant, I knew this banner would one day say her name. I saw it in the quality of her teaching and the way that she loved with action every single day. I saw it in the way that she kept a basket of snacks for hungry students and assistants. I saw it in the way that she patiently retaught material over and over and over again with the students who were struggling academically. And I see it now in the way that she connects with even some of the most challenging kids in a way that is remarkably hard to understand for some of us, but amazing because that's who she is. I see it in the way that no matter where she is, students past, present, and future run up and hug her, and parents look like, but really, we all know who Kendra Adams is. I feel it in the way that she has helped and encouraged both Beth and myself to go from being her assistants to being certified teachers here at Helmwood. I see it in the way she makes our building and our community a better and more positive place. The fact that this day has come in the midst of the most challenging season of education is proof that Kendra is a light in dark days, an overcomer, a problem solver, and an absolute beacon of Panther pride. Kendra, thank you for being my work mom. Thank you for your mentorship, your friendship, and your desire to see your students and your school succeed. You have made myself, your team, EIS, your students, and Helmwood very proud. And I have a gift From your village, we hope you know how appreciated you are.
First, I would like to thank our distinguished guests who are here today, our faculty that are present in this room, and our students, our central office personnel who are here. Thank you all for all the hard work you all put in to make this possible here today. I also like to recognize Miss Adams' family, who I know have traveled a long way to be here for her today, and I know she appreciates it, and I do too. Especially Paul, Kylie, Donovan, you all are very special to her. I hear about you all the time. Always good. It's always good. It's always good. Back in the fall, Miss Bush hosted an ExCEL Award dinner for all the nominees at the Brown Pusey House. Little did I know that on that night that I would have to give a speech. I had no idea. I'm kind of new to this. And so I naturally winged it. And I had Miss Adams come up and stand next to me, and I was saying all sorts of nice things about her. And she just looked over me, oh, keep going, keep saying all those nice things. And of course, it was always in her Arkansas accent. So, but I wrapped up and by telling all the nominees who were there that night that I'm sure all of them were outstanding teachers, because they are. But that Kendra was, of course, going to win. And I'm so glad that you proved me right. She's just as competitive as I am, and she took this whole process very seriously and professionally, and wanted to do the very best that she could. And that's what really impressed me about her during this whole thing. Kids love Miss Adams. Her fourth grade teammates, past and present, love her. Miss Nancy Hepner, Miss Pam Hinton, Miss Sarah Larkin, Miss Beth Crimzar, Miss Darian Parker, Miss Marcia Adams, Mr. Eric Bristol, and then here in the back today we have Mr. Kenny Lee, who joined us this year and has brought a lot of culture to this building and has been a great addition to her team in fourth grade. We also have several of her former colleagues here from Morningside Elementary School. They are here today because of the person that she is. It's amazing to me to see the number of former students who were in fifth grade who will come up and give her hugs in the hallway, say hello, and tell her how much that they miss her. Her colleagues in fifth grade will tell you that it's amazing to them how much their current students talk about her. Just yesterday, I watched her greet and call out by name several first grade students as they lined up to return to class following lunch. I mean, she doesn't even have these kids. She knew them by name, gave them hugs, they called her by name. That's the effect, the undeniable effect that she has on the students here at Helmwood. All of us in this room have a Miss Adams, a teacher that touched our lives in some form or fashion, someone that pushed us to become who we are today. For me, it was two teachers at Elizabethtown High School, Miss Bailey and Mr. Ballard. Believe it or not, it was Mr. Ballard too. Looking back on it, I wouldn't be in education if it wasn't for those two excellent teachers. I'm quite certain that as I look upon our fourth grade class sitting in the back today, that they may one day have the same sentiment, thinking fondly on their days in her class. I see them waving right now. In this business, the name of the game is to build relationships with students. If you have a relationship with those students, then they will excel. In my 19 years in education, I've worked with all types of educators. Some good, some not so good. But the best educators are relationship builders, and I can't think of a better one than Miss Adams. That said, her skills as a relationship builder goes beyond her students. Miss Adams' classroom is basically in the center of the building. You'll often see teachers from all grade levels just gravitate to her room, almost always to see her warm smile, seek out her counsel, get instructional advice, but mostly to see her warm smile, which she always has. When I first came to Helmwood 2 years ago, I learned quickly that Miss Adams could be someone I could lean on and bounce ideas off of. Having spent the previous 17 years of my career at the high school level, I needed someone like Miss Adams to guide me in the ways of elementary school. As is her nature, as I'm sure her husband and children can attest, she would be very blunt with me. That's a terrible idea, Aaron. Don't do that. Are you kidding me? Oh, my stars. And the very rare response, that's a good idea. All that said, Miss Adams brings something that is tantamount to this business, and any business for that matter, and that's culture. As I've stated today, and many others have, her warmth and smile, in addition to her leadership, brings a great culture to this building. The pandemic brought a lot of hardships to education, as many of you all know. Teaching online, especially in elementary, was not easy. Going from online to hybrid to bringing all the students back to the classroom, wearing masks, resulted in a lot of changes. And that's not easy in education. But through it all, she taught her students, was and still is a leader in this village, and doing it all with a smile on her face. So it is with great pleasure that I introduce to you all today the 2022 EIS WHAS KU LG&E ExCEL Award winner, Ms. Kendra Adams.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for coming today. I am completely humbled and honored, and I will be crying, so be ready to be winning this award. As Mrs. Bush said earlier, I received the awards from WHAS, LG&E, and KU earlier in the interview, and I wanted to thank them for establishing this award and honoring and valuing public education and the teaching profession. This post-COVID or mid-COVID, or I'm not really sure where we are in this, but this season that we are in, we've experienced, it's nothing we've ever known, and teachers were not traditionally trained for that. So thank you for continuing to honor educators across the state during this unprecedented time. Thank you to all the distinguished guests. Thank you for giving your time and coming today. I truly appreciate it. I want to thank our fabulous PTO and all of the people that worked so hard to pull this off. Everyone who's recording, everything that you're doing, everything looks great. I'm so appreciative. Thank you. I would like to thank Ms. Bush for her guidance and leadership in our district, Ms. Motley, Ms. Maples, and Ms. Jones for their diligent work in the ExCEL committees. The program. It's been a tough year gathering everyone for these ExCEL committees, I'm sure. And so I would like to thank everyone who sat on those committees. They were interviews, observations. They took the time to read, evaluate, and interview all of us. Thank you to Mr. Howe for his help throughout the process and making sure everything was running smoothly. It's a pleasure to work with you every day. And thank you for the positive impact you have on our school. And we do have all of the kind words you said about me recorded for future purposes. Just saying. Anywho, yeah. I would also like to recognize the other nominees for ExCEL from this year. I think that if you are still in education, you should all be being honored this year. This is not for the faint of heart. I'm going to tell you. Chastity Riley, thank you so much for coming today. She was a nominee from the high school. I appreciate it. My son Donovan thinks the world of you. I also taught with Brandon Thompson, who is the Morningside nominee, and he was also my son's fourth grade math teacher. So what a coincidence that was. And Miss Laura Rogers and Miss Katie Davis. I've heard nothing but great things about them also. So I am truly honored to have been nominated with such a great group of educators. I want to thank all of the former ExCEL winners for taking their time to join us today. What an excellent group to be a part of. You like that? Okay. Thank you. I would also like to thank the dedicated and phenomenal staff here at Helmwood Heights. I'm blessed to work here and be with some of the best people imaginable. I'm honored to be representing Helmwood today. Am I doing something? Did y'all hear that? We are truly a family here. I got pictures this morning of fellow teachers mopping the floors and making sure things were just so because some of our custodial staff was out. And that's what makes Helmwood so special. So thank you for that. Hold on. Okay, I want to thank my teammates for their love and support. Miss Marcia Adams, I don't know, where are you? Woo! She has been my teammate since I came to Helmwood. She is my listening ear. She's my guidance. so it's all your fault. The things, Marcia. I asked her, I said, you've taught with me the longest. You need to speak. And she said, I love you dearly. Absolutely not. Okay. So thank you. All right. But I do appreciate her. She means more to me than she'll ever know. And Ms. Crimsar, I don't even know what to say after all these people speaking today. It's just, thank you so much for being my biggest cheerleader, one of my biggest cheerleaders. And whenever I start doubting myself, you are a huge supporter. Miss Parker, your continued encouragement and your friendship. Miss Sharon Ray is here somewhere. I hope she's here. She has been with me, and she comes into my classroom for all 5 years, and she is remarkable, and she is irreplaceable. Thank you. And a huge thank you to all my 4th graders. Yay! Thank you. I am so excited. You guys are doing so great. I'm so proud of you all. They have helped me throughout every step of the way. I appreciate them. And every one of you are so special to me in your own way. Some different ways, some, but whatever, all your own ways. But most importantly, thank you for making me a better teacher and pushing me to be the best. And I do appreciate you sitting so nicely. So no math homework tonight. Okay. A huge thank you to all of them. I'm just so excited. They're such a great group of kids. I want to thank all my friends that have come today to help me and support me. They say that you really can see someone's character by the people they surround themselves with. I'm not sure what that says about y'all. But anyway, but I am blessed with the absolute best friends and supporters. So they say, watch the people that clap for you when you succeed. And just look at this. It's great. Bye. Okay, I want to thank my parents who are both no longer here. But they've molded me into the person I am. Hold on. Stop looking at me. My sister's on the front row. My mom taught me unconditional love and instilled in me perseverance, independence, and love for the Lord. She taught me the importance of education and to never settle for anything but your personal best, regardless of what it is. So she's truly missed. Then we go to my dad. He taught me laughter. He taught that was the best medicine. He loved to have fun. He was up for an adventure. He taught me how to have a generous heart and how a generous heart is beneficial to all involved. He once said to my husband, actually, he said, if you're going to give someone something, give them the very best that you have to give. Don't give them half. Give them all that you have. And I hope that I do that every day, at school and at home. That's debatable. I want to thank my stepmom for coming today. I really appreciate you making the journey here and always loving us like we were your very own. And my sister, I'm going to step so I can't see her. My sister Sherry and her husband Henry for coming from St. Louis today. Henry may deserve a great award because he stuck it out with 2 Wimberly sisters, and that in itself is a feat. So thank you for sticking around and staying here. And my sister Sherry, she has taught me through example and by leading me sometimes the right way. Sometimes, whatever. But she loves her family fiercely. She loves us. We are always first. She's my oldest friend. She's older. And she's the one that's been with me the longest on this journey. And I appreciate you all. Okay, my daughter Kylie, sweet Kylie, she has taught me selfless love. She is so kind. And she has a loving heart. And she's always full of compliments and compassion and encouragement. She's taught me how to be a better person through her actions. She is, I can come out in a tote sack and she's like, Mom, you're rocking that tote sack. You look great. I am not. She is just the biggest cheerleader. And to my son, Donovan, he reminds me of my dad often. He gets me to laughing. He has some of the most absolute mind-blowing knowledge that I have ever encountered. Sometimes I'm not sure if I don't know. I just don't know. And I just nod and I think, wow, this kid is absolutely amazing. He is fabulous. He keeps me laughing. But one of the most important things he has taught me is sometimes just don't sweat the small stuff. It's going to be okay. Focus on the bigger picture. And he's a blessing to me. And he is not comfortable with this at all. He's like, Mom, wrap it up. Okay. Everybody looking on it. No, okay. And to my husband, Paul, bless him. Thank you for loving me on my best days, encouraging on my bad days, making each day an amazing experience. You're the one that keeps me grounded, you keep me focused, and you believe in me more than I believe in myself. You see past my flaws, and honey, there's a lot, and love me despite all of them. With that being said, I am truly a blessed person by all of you that are here, all of my friends, all of my family, all of my students, and all of my wonderful colleagues here at Helmwood. Okay, they're still excited about that no homework thing, aren't you? But I thought about what, they said you need to speak about your education, and I thought long and hard about that, and I thought, what in the world am I going to talk about? I've worried myself sick over it. And I thought, I'm not used to speaking to large crowds unless they're 10 and under, so I may focus on them. Look at your sweet little faces. And so this is hard for me because I'm not ever at a loss for words. But I think about myself when I go back to a student, and first of all, I would never have ever dreamed that I would be a teacher. I grew up in a farm community. Farmers were what my family was by trade, and that's just what we did. I remember in kindergarten, I had to write something, and it said, what do you want to be when you grow up? Well, I want to be a farmer, of course. And the Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. But I did. I really did. I had the uniform, and my sister used to dress me up. So I wanted to be a farmer. The idea of watching my dad, my grandpa's plant things, nurture them, watch those things grow into beautiful crops. I mean, I just couldn't imagine anything better than just seeing that happen in my life. Well, as I became older, the dreams of becoming a farmer faded away. I took my life a different turn. I became an Army wife. My husband was active duty for almost 22 years. Thank you for your service. And a mother. And so those two really had truly been my most important jobs, being a wife and a mother. The Army took our family all over the world for many years before my husband did ultimately retire. We finally found our forever home here in Kentucky. Once we were back stateside, our daughter came and she attended TK Stone. I think she had Mr. Elmore as an 8th grade student. She speaks still of you fondly. And Donovan was in 1st grade at Morningside, where he was placed in the fabulous Candace Payne's room. And that's where this whole teaching back in the United States came to be. So I became very close friends with my people at Morningside, and they're like, why are you not a regular ed teacher? So I decided, I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. And so my motivation came from, I had watched my children move schools, Kylie more than Donovan, and they were forced to adapt, make new friends, and learn different curriculums. I felt like that not only military children, but other transient students needed a person. They needed a person in the school to be an advocate. I wanted to be the person that those students could come to and rely on when things were tough. I wanted to be the person they laugh with, the person they share the good and the bad with, the person they couldn't wait to see each day when they came to school. I also wanted to educate these children, all children, to the best of my ability, regardless of their ability. Because I tell them often, it is not your ability, it is your effort. Give your effort. Thank y'all, that's great. So I started working, after I received my certification in Kentucky, I started working at Morningside, where I was there for 3 years. And I formed wonderful, everlasting friendships. And then I made my way over to Helmwood Heights, where I was placed on the dream team, 4th grade. The 4th grade team. And I was with Miss Pam Hinton, Miss Marcia Adams, and Bristol, and then we had Darien for our assistant. So those were great times too. And I was fortunate to work under Miss Turner while she was principal here. And so I have gained lifelong friends through working here in Helmwood. But over the past few years, as we all know, that teaching has made a turn and it has changed. It is not the same teaching that I took part in years ago. These past 2 years have been tough for educators. It has become more than standards and methods. It's become that of a counselor, a mentor, a person that teaches common courtesy, sometimes in manners, and trying to make sure that all students do become that best version of themselves. It's become a time to show grace to all people, not just the students, but the educators too. We're struggling through this on the daily. We are struggling. But coming here to work has made all the difference in the world to me, because we are truly a strong village. During the first few months of the pandemic, Marcia and I relied heavily on Sarah Larkin. She was our tech guru. She held our hands and helped us. Sometimes I think she was ready to strangle us, Marcia, but she helped us. And so we learned how to teach a different way. But throughout all that, we decided that we were going to do the best we could with what we were given. And one of the things we taught the students that we were online with is, with all the grace that we have shown people, we need to love those around us, accept those who are going through tough times and have differences. And just because someone tells you you don't fit in or you don't belong somewhere, you make your own way. You make your own path. One of my favorite quotes from the Bible is Ecclesiastes 3. And it says, there's a time for everything and a season for everything, every activity under the heavens. And this was just something else that we pushed through as educators. So I know y'all are ready to be done. So I guess to wrap this up, I want to go back to my childhood dream. And I sat and I thought, and I realized that I really have not abandoned my childhood dream of being a farmer. I had to abandon the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. That's a wash. But I am a farmer of different sorts still. I plant seeds of knowledge, I hope. I nurture those students. I provide the needed nourishment and learning and watch these children grow into wonderful people. And if I'm so lucky, one day I will see that these young men and women become productive members of our community. And how fortunate and lucky am I to say that I had just a small part in it, and I taught you Common Core math. Okay, thank you all so much for coming. It truly means so much to me. I am truly blessed. Thank you. Are you cheering because it's over almost? Thank you all so much. I appreciate it.
So getting ready to close out the program here, but there is a couple of things I want to say first. First of all, you have not been able to watch your family's face as I have throughout this. And I just want to tell you, if you don't completely understand now how proud they are of you, it is so obvious in their faces, through the tears, through the I'm here. I don't really want to be here. But I am here because I am proud of my mom. So I want to be sure that you know that, because it is so obvious sitting here and watching you and your family today. The other thing I want to say is I am so happy that the Kendra Adams I know and met years ago was extremely and very well portrayed today. Very well, in every single way. The very first time I saw Kendra, I was principal at Morningside, and all of a sudden this bundle of a whirlwind tornado comes through, little 5 foot, which I like because I'm a short. Oh, she's got an inch on me, daggone it. Came through the door, and she just immediately became a part of our school. She was constantly volunteering. She was there to help as a parent and then later as a teacher. And I am just thrilled that those wonderful characteristics that make up Kendra Adams have been on display here today. We're so proud and thankful to have you. So as I conclude today's program, I would like to share a short poem. I did not write this one, and it won't be as good as what you wrote. But I came across this, and it really, to me, characterizes the profession of education and what I know that Kendra exemplifies every day in the classroom. And it's called Thanks, You Matter. Thanks for all that you did today in your classroom, for making a million little split-second decisions for the benefit of your students, for putting your own needs on hold and keeping them the focus of your day, for planning for them long before today ever got rolling, for changing those plans because they didn't fit someone who needed a little extra, for smiling, laughing, and reassuring their efforts, trials, and mistakes, for placing your hand on a shoulder that was exactly what that person needed, for getting down on the physical level of your students because it matters, for thinking of new ways to teach, new ways to reach someone who just wasn't getting it. That embodies Kendra Adams, and that embodies the education profession, particularly the last few years. And so thank you so much for being you. Thank you for your valued contribution to Elizabethtown Independent Schools, for Helmwood Heights Elementary, the students and the families in our Panther community, for all you do and contribute to the teaching profession. Thank you for being you. So on behalf of our sponsors, WHAS 11 TV and LG&E ExCEL, Ms. Kendra Adams and the Elizabethtown Independent School District, thank you for your participation and attendance here today. As we close the program, we would like to invite you and all our guests to a reception in Ms. Adams' honors that will be taking place in the School Library Media Center. So thank you again. We are blessed to have you, Ms. Adams. Thank you for sharing her with us because she's a jewel. So thank you, everyone. Have a great one, and let's go eat some cake, right? Okay.
I'm just saying, I do have the best friends ever. Kenny Lee, Miss Nancy Hebner, Susan, Dawn, Val. Thank you.
Oh, no, thank you all for being here. Appreciate it.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you very much. Very nice to see you.